Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibs7 here again, and welcome back to another RuneScape 3 vlog here. Going to be talking about the patch notes for this week, because again, they've released no update for the third week in a row, which is just great. Obviously, next week, the Magister boss is supposed to come out. Who knows, maybe they'll delay it again for another week, but yep, they've basically done nothing since Menaphos' release, which is pretty disappointing. And if you may notice, I haven't really moved from the spot where I was when I made my last video. I have been playing mostly on the old school RuneScape Hardcore Iron Man when I have been playing, but I also have been away for about 4 days. So I just got back today, and that's why this video is going up a day late than it usually does for the update. Usually goes up on the day of the release of it, but yeah, I've been away for a few days now and just got back today, so that's the cause for the delay and the reason why I really haven't played at all on this account since the last video. I don't know what the hell happened to the Slayer counter, but it is massive now, and it made mine move away from where it was in the corner there, so maybe I'll read something about that. But yeah, the main thing that they came out with, honestly, which is actually like it's about time this has come out, the Kaiweir wand has been in the game ever since God Wars Dungeon 2 came out. Obviously, the Wand of the Kaiweir Elders, which is a tier 80 magic or tier 85 magic wand. They finally released the Offhand, the Orb of the Kaiweir Elders, a tier 85 magic offhand, can now drop from Helweir in the heart of Gielinor. It just doesn't make any sense that they didn't have this before. Just like, why would they not have it? It doesn't make sense that they would have the wand and then no offhand equivalent. Like the Shadow Glaives, there was a main and offhand. The Nemora and Avarice Blade, there was main and offhand, and then the Dragon Rider Lance, obviously just two-handed. But yeah, it just didn't make sense. Made no sense why they didn't have it, and they finally released it into the game, so I'm happy they finally did that. Honestly, it's probably not that much of an upgrade over a Virtus book, if at all. I'm not 100% sure how the tier, because the thing with the things in the God Wars Dungeon 2 is like they're tier 85, but they have like, it's either like tier 80 accuracy and tier 90 damage, or the other way around. I'm not sure, but if it's the accuracy that is tier 80, then I don't think it'll be a very big difference when compared to the Virtus book, because your damage, as far as I know about magic, your damage comes from your spell that you're using rather than your weapon. So if it's the same accuracy as the Virtus book, I don't think it'll even be any different, but we'll have to wait and see on that. I'm not 100% sure how that works. You can now remove active scrimshaws without turning them off, which is like, I don't know why that wasn't possible before. Kind of weird. Channeled combat abilities can now be halted by clicking away, preventing some nasty Ripper Demon related deaths. I can't really think of how that would get you killed at Ripper Demons, because like what channeled abilities could you not halt by clicking away? I thought you could already do that. Like that confuses me. I swear, like if you're doing like rapid fire or asphyxiate or something like that and you click away, you'll stop doing the ability and start walking. I don't understand why that needed an update. You can now right click effigies to select the skills you want to use. I don't think I have any effigies to show this off with, but it's just a little bit of a streamlined sort of thing. It's nice because you used to have to go through a couple chat options, which was annoying, and now you can just right click and select, fletching or woodcutting, etc. So nice little quality of life update there, but nothing really important. And then they put a bunch of shops on here, like the in-game shops that are now going to be resetting at reset time. Basically, they're going to restock at reset time. I thought all shops already restocked at reset time, but apparently they do not, or they did not until now, and there's a bunch of them here. I don't think it's really that important. Yak hides are on there, like you can get, I don't know why there's a system update in a half an hour, but yeah, that is all that they had on the main page. So that's pretty lame. I mean, again, they've just been basically doing nothing since Menaphos came out, and the big thing everyone's hoping is going to be okay is the boss next week. We'll have to wait and see on that, though. But yeah, there's a few things in the patch notes themselves on the forums that I did want to address. First of all, and probably most importantly, Bladed Dive no longer deals damage when used during global cooldown. So if you don't know, Bladed Dive is an ability you can get from Shattered Worlds. I don't have it, but it was very OP before, because you could use it losslessly during global cooldown. Like if you used an ability and you could you could use bladed dive in between using your next ability while your abilities were, refreshing, which was really weird and a unique sort of thing with the ability. But now if you do that, it does no longer deal damage. So it is going to be kind of weird to even use. How does that even work? I'm not 100% sure, but either way. Sorry about that. I had to go chase my cat off. I was doing something that I was not happy with. But yeah, I don't really know. If you click it at the wrong time, you'll end up not dealing damage with it, which is going to be kind of weird. But still, a lot of people might use it for getting around because it is another surge, I guess. But still, kind of a pretty big nerf there as far as I know. I don't actually know how good the ability was. I haven't actually used it myself, but sounds like a pretty big nerf. Let's see what else there is to yeah, I don't understand. Wow, you can now click away to stop the channel. That just doesn't make any sense. I feel like that they already were cancelable by walking away. Oh, they've changed scopuli, which are the things in the fights, the Virago fight. Scopulus and then find a new target. Okay, so that's why they were always they had some pretty weird walking mechanics, and I guess if they get too far away from each other, they walk back to each other and touch each other first, and then go find targets again. So that's kind of weird. You can now provoke to draw them to you, which I don't know why you wouldn't be able to before. But yeah, I guess that's cool. I mean, the Scopulus aren't really usually alive for very long, so these changes aren't gonna affect the Virago fight too much, so it shouldn't be a massive issue. But yeah, I'm just quickly scrolling through here to make sure you get 250 reputation for each new Slayer monster added to the Slayer Codex, which is good. You also have a chance to get the Ushbadi urns from the Blood Rush D&D, which is nice. I think that's definitely a good thing to have. Let's see what else they have. Strange rock can now be obtained from all fishing spots. That's interesting. I didn't know that they couldn't be obtained from certain fishing spots before. I thought they would be done with all of them, but either way, I guess they have fixed that or changed it. I guess maybe it wasn't really a bug before, but either way, let's see what else they have. Nothing really. Some of the rune treasure shell armor has been renamed to help prevent scams. Oh, that's lame. They changed it to a stupid rune plate body. And so if you have, I don't know if I have any. I probably don't because they tended to be worth a lot, and I would have sold them off. Oh yeah, I do right here. I don't know why I have the gilded plate legs, but those are in my bank, and you probably already saw when I hovered over it. But regardless, if you look here, they've changed all treasure trail items to follow this naming convention. It's now called rune plate legs, gilded, with gilded in parentheses after it. I feel like that's kind of lame. I don't know. How is gilded plate legs going to cause a scam? I don't understand, but yeah, this is the same for everything, including god armor. So if they were Bandos plate legs, it would say rune plate legs, Bandos, etc. I guess that makes sense, but stuff like gilded, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but whatever. Not a huge deal. Still, definitely a decent change for the Bandos ones, but just looks kind of weird. Takes some getting used to. Not a huge deal though. You can now buy and sell teleports to the Imperial Merchant Port and Worker Districts in Menaphos on the GE, as well as the Sophanum Slayer Dungeon and the Shifting Tombs. That will be nice for the Sophanum Slayer Dungeon, because as far as I know, it's not the easiest place to get to, and if you can buy some teleports on the GE for it, that would be quite useful. Iron Men can now use Shield Dome and Prism of Dowsing. Iron Men couldn't use Shield Dome before? Wow, that wouldn't have been good. I used that a lot at Telos, so if I was ever going to do Telos on my Hardcore Iron Man, I would definitely have wanted to use Shield Dome. Luckily they did change it before I have done it, so glad that's been changed. I don't know why you would be unable to use Shield Dome on an Iron Man before. Obviously you shouldn't be protected by other people's Shield Domes, but if you have your own, then it should have been usable. That's weird. Glad they changed that. And then there is the ninja fixes, which are probably going to be pretty important. Okay, these are pretty lame so far. Attuned crystal teleport armor and weapon seeds now have a destroy option instead of a drop. Why is that a big deal? I don't understand. Can now disassemble crystal tree blossoms for a chance of crystal parts. Oh, that's not important. I was gonna say for a second that would be good for if it were faceted components. Those are the ones that you need to make enhanced devoted, and those are really hard to get because you have to disassemble just like a shitload of crystal flasks. But this is crystal parts, not faceted. They really should add those to faceted. Add more stuff for faceted components, I'd say. Active spells now have a red outline for main hand and yellow outline for an offhand. So that's why my spell looks weird here. You can't see it, but my Ice Barrage is highlighted in red. I feel like they should also add a different color if like you don't have runes or something. That would be nice. A thing a lot of people have suggested, and I don't understand why they haven't done it yet, is have your ability bar not light up even if you have a magic weapon on, if you don't have runes. Like right now I have no runes on me, but my magic abilities are lighting up because I have my seismic wand equipped. And yeah, I definitely think that should be a change they should definitely implement, because it would be way easier to realize when you don't have runes, because you'd be able to see it right on there. Like you'd be able to see that your abilities aren't lighting up, must not have runes, and that would just help out a lot. I don't know why they haven't added that yet. That's something they should definitely do, but they have not yet. Let's see, it's now possible to split the attack, strength, magic, defense, and constitution sub-10. Oh, cool. So I guess if you want, you can. Whoops. Let me unlock my interface. I guess if you want, you can yank. Okay, I don't know how to do it, but it says you can split. Like, so I could have one for attack and one for strength. Like one bar or one window for attack and one for strength, because you have this window and has these two tabs, and I guess you can split them now if you want, which that's good. I mean, I don't know why you hadn't been able to do that before, honestly. That's probably something that should have been around for a while now that I think about it, but still it's good that they've changed that. You can now refresh Crystal Mask to be before the buff expires. That's good. Let's see what else. Nothing else too interesting so far. Usually the ninja fixes have some better stuff than this. For some reason they relisted the things that were on the main update page on the patch notes as well, which is kind of stupid. Let's see. There's now less. Yeah, and they also put the orb of Kaiwir. Why did they put that in the patch notes when that's already on the main thing? Group members should now broadcast their death to the party. Oh, that's good. You can make fun of people who die in raids more easily. That's definitely nice to see. The Slayer counter can be expanded further. Oh, that sounds cool. So I guess you can expand it. Let's see, how the hell does that work? Let's see. The Slayer counter can now be expanded for further information on your Slayer points, Slayer task streak, and current Slayer assignments weakness from the Slayer counter. Click the Slayer icon to expand the window. Oh, cool. Okay, that's definitely interesting. It's way too big, honestly, for what I would want, but I mean, if you want to quickly check your Slayer points, you can just click that. Can I just click it again to close? Oh, that is actually awesome. I'm still going to leave it where my mine is right now, but if I ever want to quickly just check my Slayer points, I can click this really quick, and I'll see that I have 511. That's awesome. That's honestly a pretty sweet update. It looks really cool. But still, pretty disappointing overall for the week because there's nothing really new. But hopefully next week the boss isn't too bad. Let me know what you guys think of these little patch note updates. Let me know if you think, finally they've released the Orb of the Kaiwir. I think it's been far too long, but yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. Just wanted to talk about the updates and stuff. Might get back into playing this account a little bit more often now that I'm back from being away for a few days. Not too sure. Just really been enjoying the old school hardcore Iron Man, like I've been saying, but definitely considering getting back into this while I AFK on there or something, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, though, I am going to be probably releasing a new video on the old school hardcore Iron Man within the next week or so you guys can hopefully look forward to that. And yeah, other than that, you guys, hope you all did enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.